Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV, and the plan for today is to do the level 30 quest, a song of Bards and Bowmen. I think this is where we get to level up our archer into the bards. Let's go ahead and talk to Luciane. Well met, Flying. With that, we had the time for the banter, but we're all up in arms here. Yet another Exilio derelict have been spotted over the 12 woods, you see. Their reappearance calls to the mind of the Battle of Griffin Crossing. Well, I say battle, most are agreed that massacre would be rather more apt. The Ixil dealt us a crushing defeat that day, right around the time of the year it was more than 2 decades past. A humiliating episode in our history, to be sure, but heavens forbid that we even forget it. Failure is the finest, if not the kindest, of teachers, and few things drive a woman better than its sting. But let's speak of a cheerier matter. Mayhap you've already heard, but a renowned archer has recently returned to the 12's woods, the one they call God's Bow. That's just a little course. His birth name is Gentle, and he was once of the God's Quiver. The man was even a legend then, and there was no honor greater than being taken under his tutelage. But that's not all there is to him, mind you. Gentle was also a skilled bard, one of rare few capable of inspiring others to great feats through song. Upon learning that the God's Bow had returned, dozens of us flocked to him in hopes of training under a legend, yours truly included. Alas, the meeting haven't unfolded quite as we hoped. Gentle has refused to teach each and every suitor that has approached him thus far, though it should be mentioned that the topics he is reluctant to instruct us in do not include poetry and song. He seems exceedingly keen to teach us all about them. Some few of us were tempted to take him up on his offer. Save that we have a nation to defend. Far be it from my intent to belittle all those bards out there, but I like my chances rather better charging into battle with a quiver than a harp. And here we were hoping that transcendent mastery of the bow might be ours. By the sparkle in your eyes, I'd wager you have an interest in that self-same poetry and song. Come now, there is no call for shyness, and there is more to life than battle. If you would present yourself as a pupil to Gentle, I happen to know where his whereabouts are. I'm given to understand that he has made his camp somewhere west of Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Gentle is an agreeable sort of fellow and should be willing enough to meet with you. Truth be told, I'm still holding on to hope. If you could find a way into Gentle's confidence, mayhap he can yet be persuaded to train us. I wish you the best of luck, friend. Okay, got to fast travel over to Quarry Mill, and then we are now going to head to the west. Another guest. You are kind to pay me a visit, young one. Naught gives us elderly folk more pleasure than the company of the young. Add to that a steaming pot of tea and the beauty of the 12's woods, and we could only want for a little more. But the curl of your lip tells me that tea and scenery are not what you desire. You seek knowledge of archery, I take it, in which case I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Flying, was it? Yes, I am Gentle. the one they called the God's bow, but that was in another life. I have long cast aside my bow, taking instead a harp to my breast. For years I have lived as a bard, going wherever the wind blows, exulting in the beauty of the creation through song. To be sure, I still have the eyes to recognize a promising archer when I see one, and you, young one, have promise. Keep your nose to the grindstone, and one day you may count yourself a virtuoso of the bow. Yet know that veritosity is worthless without virtue. Aye, the words of the ballad of the vainglorious fool tells us this much. You truly wish to remain and learn poetry and verse. Well, 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 I must admit to being rather taken aback. In uncertain days such as these, there are few indeed who would devote their time to song, as opposed to more tangible endeavors. You intrigue me, young one. I find myself growing curious as to how the melodies of old might find expression through you. I do believe a certain friend of mine would be of the selfsame opinion. Aye, that would be as good a place as any for us to begin. Listen well, Flyin. There is a Moogle named Panuku, who can oft be found wandering an area situated east of here. I would have you present yourself to him. Panuku is possessed of discerning eye for talent. If he sees potential in you, I should be well satisfied that you indeed have the makings of a bard. Heed me, O Pusunit Athletic. Turn thee over the hourglass of time, that might gaze upon the battles of yore. Okay, gotta go find Panuku. He is to the east, so we don't need to fast travel. Location, we're getting attacked. Let's talk to this Moogle. Ruppo, how come you have happened? It's just so embarrassing, a bludger for the ages, Goopo. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? That's a rare talent, I allow, but you caught me at a bad time, Goopo. Now be a good adventurer and show yourself out. Genital sent you. You should have said so sooner, Goopo. You do know that Genital is no ordinary bard. Yes, his songs can salve your heart and strength to your resolve. They can banish your fears and fill your with hope. And that's not even scratching the surface, Koopo. Why, to hear him perform is like bathing in sunbeams, Koopo. I have asked, begged, and pled more times than I care to count for Genital to stay and sing in the forest. Only now, as he deigned to set foot here again. But he's refusing to sing for us. That's a blatant breach of a promise, Kubo. But what's this? Why you being resonates with a chord similar to genitals, perhaps even identical, Kubo? By the 12s, this means that things push button too fast. Egads, you coming has so excited me, my predicament nigh escaped my mind. There a charm that had meant to give to genital, you see, but it was stolen as I napped, Kubo. I roused just in time to espy the thief and attempted to give chase. Alas, drowsiness robbed me of my balance, and I was delayed by this tree. Last I saw of the overboard brigade, he, or possibly she, was scurrying towards Tacker's Rod, Kubo. Now I realize we only just met, but would you mind recovering the charm and delivering it to Genital in my stead? Okay, where's the charm located? Just to the north. Everybody's going to be coming after me. Almost died there. Okay, got the charm. Let's take it back to Pokey. Have you recovered the charm? You did, Kubo. Please, you must now deliver it to Gentodol. Tell him that Poco Pokey thinks him of a cunning rogue, but is excited nonetheless. So excited, in fact, that he cannot help but sing Kubo. Okay, back to genitals. Welcome back, Flying. You have charm and a message for me from Pokey, you say? A cunning rogue, am I? Ha ha ha. I suppose I must explain. Pokey and I go way back, a long way, to when first I took up the harp. I made a promise to him, then one that I have yet to make a good one. Pokey has long desired that I remain in the 12's woods to sing for the rest of my days. Regrettably, I have been ill and able to oblige him. Duty called, you see. I had battles to stand upon and comrades to protect. Moreover, an event came past that rendered my being in the 12's woods problematic. I thought that by taking eager souls such as you under my wing, mayhap would suffice to appease Pokey. Of course, he saw straight through my little ruse, that the Muggles lack in grace, they amply make up for in wit. The creature of the great lover of song, that the return with the charm is proof positive of his high regard for your potential as bard and archer both. The charm is a crystal known as Soul of the Bard. Pokey asked that you bring it to me, but he meant for you to have it. It is a gift from the Muggles bestowed upon those that deem worthy of walking the path of a true bard. The soul of the bard harbors memories of the past, verses and refrains sung by the bards of old. As you gain in worldly experience, more of these memories will find expression through you being imbuing your song with powers untold. Now it may surprise you to hear that the bowmen and the bards are next of kin. By the same token, mastery of the song is dependent upon one's prowess as an archer. The sense is that will be lost upon you at first, but in the time the realization will dawn that the bow and the harp are but stringed instruments played by the same hand. Go now, flying, and let your body and soul drink deep of the melodies of old. When next we meet, I hope to see a fully fledged bard standing before me, one who exceeds even Pokey's wildest expectations. The next Bard quest will be available with genitals up upon reaching level 35. The quest to learn the action perform is now available from Simpec at Mid-Kedus Amphitheater in Old Gardanian. Okay, there we go. Bard unlock. Very nice. Okay, so I think we got to talk to him when we get to a level 35. Okay, so that took a while to figure out how to equip the bard. So it says to go into the inventory, but the item's not in the inventory. So what we have to do is go into our character screen, go to the soul crystal, and then right here's where we upgrade to the bard. Let's go ahead, click it, and use. All right, there we go. We're a bard now. Now, what does that mean? I have no clue. Singing Mage's Ballad will display an action corresponding song gauge, indicate the effort's time remaining. If the repertoire effects is triggered while Mage's Ballad is being sung, the recast time for Bloodletter and Rain Death, learned at 45, are reset. You can view the job gauge description at any time for the action and traits menu. Yeah, I'm not sure if we need to talk to Simpkin. Let's go ahead and try to talk to him, see if he knows how to unlock this bard. Have you come to listen to the silken strings of Simpkin, traveling troubadour and master minstrel? No. You do, however, have the look of one who lives life on the road, and on the subject of wondrous wanderings and the musical expression thereof, I do mayhap have some small wisdom to offer. When I suddenly find my heart stirred by some spectacle of nature or inspiring act of daring do, I simply let the emotions of the moment flow through my fingers and into my harp. I found no sound to be as aching beautifully as one born from the instant genuine joy of the wistful sadness. You need no special training or knowledge to give voice to the music of the heart, only a willingness to play the score as it writes itself across your soul. If you can accomplish such a surrender, then you will have created a piece of unique unto yourself, and what melody could be more precious? I knew from the moment I laid eyes upon you. Here's a woman whose spirit begs for instrumental interpretation. Pray release your inhibition and favor the world with your performance. When using the performance action, you are strictly prohibited from performing the music of any third parties. You may record and upload your performance and hereby agree to license such recordings to us for the use by Square Enix and others in accordance with these terms of Final Fantasy XIV Material Usage License. So, sounds like I can't be playing any copyrighted, but I don't plan on doing that. To begin, you should simply play whichever note to catch your fancy. Let whimsy carry you up and down the scales, revealed in soaring heights and plunge depths until you find a song which resonates with your being. Painted with the experience of your adventures, the timbre and tone will be yours and yours alone. I wonder what manner of music will fill the air. May the wind catch your composition and deliver it until my Gerber's ears. You have learned perform. You can, when playing as a bard, performance actions can be found in actions traits window in the character. Use your harp to create sweet, sweet music by selecting a sound from performance. Okay, character screen. Okay, so we're going to go down here. Action and traits, performances. Guess we're going to play the harp. Do I got to equip it over here? Okay, that's all you get. Don't want to get in trouble. I'm probably going to get copyrighted for that. Hopefully not. But there we go. That's how you get the Bard unlocked and you're able to play some music. Maybe I'll learn some better music. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that just because I'd rather not get the channel copyright striked, as that's not a good thing. All right, and with that, this will complete our episode for today. Thanks again for watching this Final Fantasy XIV episode. We will see you on the next video.